This is a HeadGum podcast.
Hello and welcome to the Complete Guide to Everything, a podcast about everything. I'm one of your hosts, Tom.
And I'm Tim.
Tim, you made a face like, oh God, this is the worst. This is the last thing on earth I want to be doing right now.
Tom, that's not true. I'm very happy to be here.
Well, you're not here. You're remote again because you selfishly gave your whole family COVID.
First of all, I'm not there, but I'm here.
Yes. Well, which is very confusing for the listener.
Yeah, we did a real fun thing where instead of all getting COVID at the same time in my household, as soon as one of us got better, someone else new got sick.
Yeah, you spaced it out so that it could last as long as possible.
Instead of a week, it's going to last 3 weeks. It's great.
Yeah. But everybody's in decent health, it sounds like. Everybody's on the mend now.
Yes. Thanks for asking, Tom.
Oh, I thought you were going to thank me for that cure that I whipped up for you and sent over to your house.
The ivermectin that you overnighted?
Yeah, Tim, it takes care of just about anything as long as you inject it directly into your veins.
Which we've been doing. Been doing to my young son as well, yeah.
Good, I'm glad to hear it. How are you doing this week aside from that?
Tom, I gotta tell you, not good.
No?
I was humiliated today in front of cool kids. I was walking down the street and my hat blew off and I had to chase it down the street.
Did you, exclaim, my hat?
I literally did yell, my hat.
My favorite hat!
Tom, I live near a cool
wind tunnel.
Art
it's very
college.
Convenient. Oh, so it's like college cool kids.
Yeah, so it's like artistic, like alt cool kids being like, this is like a prestigious art school. So they're walking around with their confusing haircuts and like clothes with names of bands that I've never heard of, and like sometimes there's curse words in the band names and stuff.
Wow.
And then they watch me.
Sometimes there's curse words in the band name.
Yeah. And today I was carrying a baby, which I'm sure they're all like, oh, look at this freaking normcore dad.
Yeah, look at this breeder. Just overpopulating the world.
The baby was fussy, so he wouldn't get in his stroller. So I had to carry the baby and push the stroller. And then it was so windy, and the baby was trying to, is my son, my baby. Right. He was trying to, like, dive out of my arms just because, like,
just something to do.
Windy, yeah, and he was crying. And then my hat blew off, and I yelled, my hat! And I had to stop on the sidewalk and chase after my hat. And, like, it kept blowing and blowing. And I'm carrying a baby who's trying to get out of my arms. And then I had to like step on it, and then I turn around, and the stroller was blowing away, and it was going to go in, exactly, and it was rolling into the street.
So you put the baby down to go get the stroller.
I had to run with the baby, and these like alt art school kids, just standing there looking at me like, this poor fuck, this guy. I'm never going to be a normie like this guy.
Yeah, you probably reconfirm some of their decisions to attend art school.
Yeah,
instead of going into the family business.
I just want to be like, like I was once like you. I was cool. I wore edgy band shirts.
Well, Tim, if there's one thing I remember from being a teenager, whenever an adult told me I was once like you, that made me respect them a lot. When they explain to me how they used to be cool.
You ever think about this, Tom? How poorly we treat the elderly. It's like the elderly know more than us. I mean, some of them went batty because of the brainwashing and stuff. But like, I don't know. If I was some 90-year-old and like me, a 40-year-old, was like, "Oh yeah, sure thing, Gramps," I'd be like, "You jerk! I lived such a life, and it wasn't pampered like you with these smartphones."
Yeah, I think at least in this country, just nobody likes anyone who's a different age than them. Right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's like,
I mean, I
everybody,
certainly don't.
yeah. I mean, I think everybody younger and older than me is a complete idiot.
Yeah.
And honestly, a lot of people my age are pretty dumb too.
Tom, don't say that about yourself.
No, not me. I'm one of the smartest guys going, but I've seen some of these other dopes at the over 40s meetings.
The over 40s singles mixers you go to?
Well, Tim, I can't go to singles mixers anymore.
Why is that, Tom?
Because I got engaged last week.
What? Congratulations, Tom. You're just
Yes,
telling me
thank
this
you.
for the first time on the air?
No, I'm telling you, you knew about this when we recorded last week.
I know, Tom. I'm very good at keeping a secret. And also, I don't like, celebrating your wins publicly.
Right. Yeah, you left a fun comment on my Instagram post announcing this, which
Tom.
got like an absurd number of likes.
Tom, I was hoping you'd bring this up because that was retaliation. First of all, congratulations to you and your fiance. I wish you all the best. But when I made an Instagram post 5 years ago,
let me say first, Tim, that I'm excited for both of us to meet her.
What's that?
My fiance.
Oh yeah. When does she arrive?
I think if as long as the visa goes through, she'll be here in 6 to 12 months.
I hope they poke some holes in that box.
She's traveling via freighter.
Yeah.
And if there are some holes in the box, usually that lowers the shipping costs, less weight.
No, Tom. When I made a post when I got engaged to my wife. You made a joke comment on the post that I don't even understand the joke. And it got a lot of likes. Hold on. Let me bring it up.
I just happen to have it ready to go here.
No. I mean, I'll just pull up the post. So what I wrote was actually quite sweet on yours.
No, it wasn't.
You posted a screenshot of you flirting in the dating app.
Yeah.
And I just said, post more transcripts of your flirting. That's cute.
It wasn't a transcript, Tim. It was the actual flirting itself.
Okay, so I wrote me with my fiance in Amsterdam shortly after becoming a couple of people who are engaged to be married. We also rode bikes. It was great. Me, I'm just like, hey, I'm just going to be...
I know you. You're a typical alt college student.
Exactly. You should have seen the shirt I was wearing when I can't say it in public.
It just said F word the band.
You wrote, congratulations, guys. Prom season is actually over now, but I'm sure you guys will figure something out.
Did you change the description or something?
I did not.
Yeah, because I think it was meant to be like I thought you were making a promposal.
Prom season is actually over now, but I'm sure you guys will figure something out. It was a head scratcher.
Well, how many likes did it get?
19.
19? Oh, that's nothing compared to what you got.
Let's see what are your Tom Reynolds on Instagram? Let's see. My hilarious joke.
Yeah.
And sincere good wishes.
146
likes.
146 likes. That's pretty good.
Yeah, I said congrats at the beginning.
Very sincere. You didn't even spell out the whole word.
No. You know what? Congrats is one thing. But when it's somebody's birthday and somebody writes HBD, come on, just write happy birthday.
I like
keystrokes you trying to save here.
Yeah. I like a HBD.
Anyway, Tom,
Mm-hmm.
congratulations.
Thank you.
To dear listener, if you understand Tom's joke about prom season being over,
I explained what the joke was. It wasn't a good joke. That's why it doesn't make sense.
As indicated, it's proven out by the number of likes on it.
Yeah, well,
My comment on your photo got more likes than your photo.
didn't get more likes than the photo. Tim, I demand you have another major life event, so I get another crack at
Humiliating me in front of everybody.
Yeah, because the algorithm, it'll put my comment first, and then like all your friends and family will see it too.
Yeah. All right.
Good old algorithms.
I'll be sure to have another life event so you can drag me on Instagram about it.
Tim, this week we're continuing, what is this, Christmas month, are we calling it?
I think holiday month.
Yeah. Yeah, but holiday month, but are we going to cover holidays that we're not familiar with and then screw a bunch of stuff up?
Yeah, people would be real upset if we ever screwed anything up on this show.
Well, they would be upset if, like, we covered like Hanukkah, and it's like, I don't know anything about Hanukkah, so I'd probably get a bunch of, even if I looked up stuff, I'd probably get a bunch of stuff wrong. And people would be like, oh yeah, Wikipedia says people do that, but nobody actually does that.
Yeah, and now's not the time to be doing that stuff with
spreading misinformation about the Jewish people online. No, not a great time to be doing that. Tim,
maybe we could come up with a fun name, right?
What do you mean?
Rather than Christmas month.
Mm-hmm.
Tom, that's so unimaginative.
Well, can I tell you what my original idea was?
Yeah.
I was going to pitch this to you, that this month would be Santa Claus month, and every episode would be about Santa Claus.
Why didn't we do that?
I thought, it'd probably be hard to come up with 4 episodes worth of stuff about Santa Claus.
I don't know. We barely scratched the surface last week.
We'd run into the same problems, and we'd start making stuff up about Santa Claus. And then, before you know it, Santa Claus's lawyers on the phone.
Yeah, we get
canceled. Talking about a defamation lawsuit.
Yeah, a bunch of elves will be in our mentions.
And trust me, I've got enough elves in my mentions as it is.
The complete Yuletide to everything. You see me?
Oh, because like Yuletide and guides kind of sound the same.
Yeah. The complete Yule guide. The
you're just saying the same thing again.
Come sleet because of the weather. Yuletide to everything.
All right, the complete Yuletide to everything.
Yes.
Look, if you've got suggestions, sound off.
Presented by Santa Claus.
Presented by Santa Claus. Tim, I don't know if we can claim that Santa Claus is.
He's sponsoring this run of episodes to get the word out about Christmas.
I was going to say, I'm not sure if you were trying to imply that he was sponsoring or producing our show. Either one, I think he wouldn't be happy about.
Oh, no. He's invested a great sum of money to combat the war on Christmas.
Oh, yeah. Well, but let me ask you this. Where's that money coming from, Tim?
What do you mean?
Follow the money.
I mean, it's probably...
It's coming from that Sackler family.
Oh, my gosh. They're in cahoots with Santa Claus?
They're in cahoots with Santa Claus now.
My gosh.
Yeah, trying to change the narrative.
Stocking stuffers will be a little bit more interesting this year,
huh? Yeah. I've got to get like a wisdom tooth pulled soon. Are they going to give me like fun pain medicines? I should not ask, hey, are you going to give me any fun medications?
First of all,
that's probably a ticket to not get any.
Do you? I mean, I never want to get that stuff.
What if you like it so much that it's all you want to do?
Yeah, I guess that would be. And then that would give my life purpose. So that's nice, right?
Exactly, Tim.
No, really, if I were going in, I'd be like, hey, can you not give me that stuff? And then when I'm in immense pain, I'll curse myself. But pain is temporary, Tom.
Give me an epidural.
Sick gains are forever.
Yeah. No, I've had
I didn't build these big muscles by not, gritting my teeth through a lot of pain.
I've had like 2 things that were like not surgery, but like a dental thing and a medical thing. And that both they were like, this won't like hurt at all, and they hurt so bad afterwards. And they didn't even tell me. They didn't even tell me like, take some Advil if it hurts. They were like, no, it won't hurt.
Well, you're just a very weak man, I guess.
No, I'm a very strong man, a very strong boy, they told me. Anyway, we're talking about Christmas snacks, Tim. Not meals, not
don't tell me honey baked ham or a big turkey.
Snack, you idiot.
Yeah.
That might be I'm not calling you an idiot, Tim. I'm calling the listener an idiot. The listener that's sitting there shouting, "What about honey baked ham?" And guess what? It can be a snack after Christmas when you got leftovers.
Maybe. Or if it's some sort of appetizer where like it's a ham appetizer. I don't know, where it's like a single thing of ham rolled around a thing of cheese or something with a toothpick through it.
Oh yeah,
does that exist?
Yeah, with like prosciutto though.
Yeah,
not ham necessarily. I think. I mean, you got pigs in a blanket, which is like pretty similar, but
not really.
Yeah.
To ham.
Do you consider the time between Christmas and New Year's part of Christmastime?
I think it's all part of the holiday season. It's basically a time where everybody, slacks off. Well, not slacks off. Look, I don't think it should be like, no, it's when people aren't at peak productivity for their employers.
Well, that's what you're always talking about.
I just want everybody to be at peak productivity at all times.
Yeah, the week between Christmas and New Year's, you shout, "Where are all the cogs for my machine?"
Yeah, I say, nobody wants to work anymore.
And then every year you get visited by 3 ghosts, but you don't learn your lesson.
No, I'll never learn that lesson. Those guys aren't scary enough.
Yeah. Sometimes they are.
There's a little boy with a limp that's supposed to change me.
No, he's not one of the ghosts.
I know, but the ghost shows me the little boy with the limp, and it's like, yeah, sorry for that boy.
No, I think they show you like, look at this kid's a nice kid, even though he's been dealt a bad hand.
Yeah, I know, and he's like, oh man, the ghost is like, yeah, don't you feel bad that you're not paying Bob Cratchit more money? It's like, no, not really.
Yeah. Maybe he wanted to leave early
harder on Christmas Eve.
Yeah. What work was Scrooge in?
He had like ledgers and stuff.
Yeah, I forget what Bob Cratchit
probably
even
some sort
did
of
for him.
Banking thing, right?
Yeah, or like sold coal, like in bulk, something like that.
Yeah.
Anyway, we're not here to talk about coal unless you consider that a Christmas snack.
No.
Tim, when I say Christmas snacks, what kind of things do you think about?
Well, I don't want to scoop any one of us, but I think the first thing I think of, cookies.
Cookies, yeah, a lot of cookies around Christmas.
Probably sugar cookies.
Yeah. What's your feeling about sugar cookies? They're pretty good, right?
Yeah, you know what? There was probably a time in my life where it's like, they're boring or whatever.
Right,
like,
yeah.
They're not super intense. But you get some of those kind of like sparkly sprinkles on it. I don't know what those are called.
Oh, I know what you're talking about, yeah.
Yeah, they're like kind of like crystallized sugar that you
they're
put
like
on top
kind
of
of
it.
sharp.
Yeah. I could eat, a few dozen of those in one sitting.
It is funny that it makes one wonder how much sugar is in a sugar cookie. That how much more sugar is in a sugar cookie than a regular cookie, which already, your standard cookie's got a lot of sugar in it.
Right.
For them to be like, no, this cookie we've put so much sugar in this, we've got to put that in the name. There's got to be some kind of disclosure here about how much sugar is in here exactly.
Yeah. No, those are good. And those are probably, the top 5 cookie for me, Tom.
Wow.
Better than a Chips Ahoy, I'll tell you that much.
Oh, I don't know about that. Chips Ahoy's are pretty good.
Yeah, but also I associate the Christmas sugar cookies with
getting
Yuletide,
presents.
Tom. Yeah, getting presents, staying up late trying to catch a glimpse of Rudolph's red nose.
Mm-hmm. You know what I think of when I think of a Christmas snack?
What's that, Tom?
Candy canes.
Ooh. Yeah. Do you like candy canes, Tom?
Yeah, I do like candy canes. Not all candy canes. Some candy canes suck.
You know what I think about candy canes that I think there's an innovation that would make them 100% better.
Is it going to be if they were just completely straight?
Yeah. They're too hard to eat. Just make it a stick.
If it's a stick, Tim, you can't hang it on something. I like it. You're like, wow, how'd you guess that?
Yeah, well, because it's the obvious improvement.
If it's straight, then it's just one of those like sticks you get at like an old timey country store.
Yeah, I know what you're talking
about.
Those
things.
Old Bethpage Village or something.
Yeah, they've just got like a bunch of jars and they're like, oh, this is the kind of candy old kids would eat.
Yeah, it's like, well, good. I'm glad I wasn't around in 1906.
Yeah.
And
well,
also,
what?
You got somebody like milking cows out there. I don't want to do that either.
Yeah, guess what? It's 2022. Get some Take 5 bars in here. Start stocking those.
Yeah.
Watch your profits go through the roof.
Yeah, you could afford some new clothes that you don't have to like put patches on if you get a hole.
Yeah. You can get a machine to milk that cow and another one to churn the butter.
One time I had a job where there was like an offsite team building thing, and like part of it was like milking cows, and I was just like, I'm not gonna do that. And I was the one person in the whole company that just refused to milk the cow.
Did you say, this isn't in my job description?
Yeah, I was fired immediately.
They were like, actually, it was. I mean, what did you think when you got a job at a farm you were going to be doing here?
So, Tom, you don't like those sticks that are at the old
No, I do like
place.
those, but I like candy canes. It's fun.
Do you like candy canes better?
Yeah, I think so.
Because they have the curve in it?
The curve gives you something to hang on to.
You love your curvy candy, don't you?
I do. Hubba, hubba.
You're the curvy candy guy.
Do you strike me as somebody that like chokes on stuff a lot? Is that part of the problem with candy canes for you?
No, I will say though, I'm
right. You do choke on stuff a lot.
No, there's a certain point in my life where I would choke on stuff. I've since relaxed, and I think if you're more relaxed, you're less prone to just choking.
Since relaxed, I've looked up how to eat food better.
No, I mean I used to not be able to swallow pills really well. Like I'd have like this mental block, and it would take me a few approaches.
Right. Would you use water? You ever try using water to swallow the pills?
But then, like, I'm at a point now, Tom, where I don't even need the water. I can just do some dry
pills.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, and you take those big horse pills. I've seen those, the supplements.
Yeah, Tom. That's how I'm so ripped.
Yeah, Tim, you're
all those pills and powders, my friend.
What were you gonna say before I interrupted?
I don't know. What am I ever going to say before you're constantly interrupting? Oh, no, I don't always choke on things. And also, I want something that I can chew. I don't want to freaking suck on something all day. That's not what Christmas is all about, Tom.
Look, first off, you do it right, you're not going to be sucking on it all day. Second off, you can bite the candy cane. There's nothing in the rules saying you can't give that candy cane a bite every now and then.
Yeah, I know. We've all seen the owl's wisdom in the Tootsie Roll. The Tootsie Pop commercial.
I'm just saying I'm not going to pretend that I'm sitting over here a perfect little angel, not biting my candy cane once in a while.
Yeah, but at that point, Tom, it's an unpleasant experience to be chewing something that hard and getting shards of candy everywhere.
It's worth it for the deliciousness. Now let me ask you this.
It tastes like toothpaste. It's just peppermint.
You want to eat chalk. What's so wrong about eating toothpaste?
I mean, I eat toothpaste every day of my life. I don't spit it out, Tom. That's the key.
I think I told you that was like apparently like something on TikTok that kids were posting. They're like, here's a tip you don't know. Like you're supposed to swallow toothpaste. It's like, no, you're not.
No, you're not. And also, Tom, you got to get off TikTok.
I didn't see it. I was reading a news article about it. I was visiting some like alarmist website that was like, well, look what the kids are doing now.
Swallowing toothpaste.
Yeah. No, actually, now I'm remembering that it was my former girlfriend, now fiance, that told me about that.
Yeah. Well, she's a cool young art school kid, right?
Right, and she's on TikTok all the time, wearing shirts with F word on them all the time.
This is a musical outfit, I'm to understand.
Yes. Let me ask you this: as far as candy canes go, do you prefer the traditional candy cane or the multicolor ones that have like a cherry flavor to them?
I don't care. I think probably the original, just because like there's some nostalgic value to it, and it makes me feel like it's Christmas time and reminds me of getting presents. But I don't like any candy canes, Tom. You know what? I especially hate those little ones that like they come in a package. Those ones.
Yeah, they're not the wrapped, doctor's office.
Yeah, but they're not wrapped tight, so like you can't even hang them on something unless you're gonna take them out of.
Yeah.
You know what I do like, Tom?
What?
You're going to think I'm a real creep for saying this. And perhaps I am. Perhaps I'm a creep. But, we have some candy canes, or, in my family that we, they're all wrapped up in plastic, much like Laura Palmer when they found her body. And they go in with the Christmas ornaments, and they go up on the tree every year, and then they get packed up again, right? So they're not for eating.
Now, these are real candy canes?
They're real candy canes.
Once in a while, everybody takes a lick of one?
No, once in a while, I'll open one up and take a bite into it, and it's like real chewy. And that's like something's happened to the sugars where it's, and it's like, all right, well, this is much better to me than
your favorite type of candy cane is an aged candy cane.
Years old, yes.
Yeah, one that's been stored in an attic for years.
Yeah, like a 1996 vintage is right up my alley.
It's going through a decades-long process of like heating up, cooling down as the seasons change.
The texture is divine. It's transcendent, Tom. Hey, stop by my house Christmas morning. I'll let you have a bite.
I'll let you have a bite of my dad's candy cane. And nobody notices this? Nobody is like, hey, what happened to my candy cane? My candy cane's shorter this year.
No, Tom, I'll eat the whole thing, or I'll throw it out when I've had enough bites. But like, we're not. Nobody's going to yell at me for eating a 15-year-old candy cane. It's okay.
Do you replace it with a new one?
I'm sure somebody does.
Yeah. So wait, the candy canes have your name on it?
No, who said that?
Oh, I thought they had the name on it. All right, that makes more sense.
You're adding a lot in your head. And
I thought
that
these
makes
were
it weirder.
I thought everybody in your family had their own candy cane, and every year they hung it up, and they were like, "I'm never gonna eat this candy cane."
No. You're thinking of stockings, Tom.
I am thinking of stockings. Yeah, those have names on them and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and maybe we'll talk about stocking stuffers after the break. Using the internet without ExpressVPN is like forgetting to mute yourself on Zoom, and everyone hears you trash talking to your coworkers and farting and pooping in the bathroom.
What do you do on Zoom meetings, Tom?
It may just be a bit of harmless banter, but what happens if your boss overhears you talking about his receding hairline? Get in my office! I've told you not to do that!
Reynolds, have you been talking about my hairline?
Internet service providers.
Like my wife.
Internet service providers know every single website you visit, and ISPs can and do sell this information to ad companies and tech giants who use your data to target you. Yeah, you ever wonder why you're like, I was looking on this on Twitter. Why am I getting Facebook ads? Because the ISPs are selling you out, baby. ExpressVPN reroutes your network traffic through a secure encrypted tunnel so your ISP can't see or sell your online activity. So simple to use. You fire up the app and you click one button. It doesn't get any easier than that. Rated #1 by CNET and TechRadar, it works on phones, laptops, even routers. So everyone can share your Wi-Fi. Everyone who shares your Wi-Fi can be protected. Tim, I use ExpressVPN all the time, wherever even when I'm connected at home. You never know. I don't want my ISP knowing anything about me.
Agreed. They're a bunch of scoundrels, if you ask me.
Protect your online privacy by visiting expressvpn.com/guide today. That's expressvpn.com/guide. And you can get an extra 3 months free. expressvpn.com/guide. All right, Tim. I'm looking at my list here and trying to figure out. I don't have that many sweet things to talk about. I've peppermint bark. What are your thoughts on peppermint bark?
Tom, I feel bad. I just said all this terrible stuff about candy canes. Because a smashed up candy cane in white chocolate, I'll eat that 3 meals a day, every day in December sometimes.
Yeah. Do you ever get, I've got them right now, these white chocolate and peppermint, pieces of candy cane covered pretzels?
No, it's a peppermint bark style pretzels.
Yes, exactly. So it's also got the salty in there too.
Tom, they're essentially applying Take 5 technology to an already great snack.
Yeah, Tim, they are great. I buy them. The Utz Corporation makes a variety of them. Yeah.
Wow, a garbage brand's doing something innovative and fun.
I know,
like this,
right?
huh?
It's weird, like a seasonal Utz. Who would have thought? I assume
this is
all
available
Utz
at
were
major
old.
supermarkets.
It's available at my supermarket, at least. I think you can find them everywhere. They're in like smallish bags, like the type of bag that it's not an individual size bag, but you might make it an individual size bag and then feel real bad about it.
Right. Tom, guess what? Get rid of all of your food issues in December.
Yeah.
You know what? Figure it all out
in
January, in the new year.
Come January, sign up for a gym membership and never go.
Tom, you and I, we finally had to start lifting weights. I read this in the New York Times, not the day where we weren't allowed to read the New York Times. Yeah.
I was going to say, the day they were on strike, did they just have a bunch of jocks come in and write the articles?
It's like, bro, do you even lift?
That was the front page of the day the New York Times was on strike.
Tom, I support any efforts of to collectively bargain and everything. I support the workers here.
Take down the woke New York Times.
Yeah. But people on Twitter were getting really upset, like, hey, don't cross the digital picket line tomorrow. And it's like, okay, yeah, no, that makes sense. I'm not gonna read the New York Times. And they were like, break your precious little Wordle streak. It doesn't even matter. You're such a loser with your Wordle streak. It was like, I said, hey, I said I wasn't gonna do this stuff.
I said I'll do it.
Yeah. And it's stop. Oh, your Wordle streak sucks. Okay, all right, already. I'm not gonna play Wordle tomorrow. And does anybody even still have a Wordle streak? Did everybody end their Wordle streak 8 months ago?
Yeah, when they realized like nobody really cares if you have a Wordle streak. It's fine. It's something that's meant just for you anyway.
Yeah. Listen. It's fine.
What if they had announced though the next day, like we are giving away prizes to everybody that has a long Wordle streak?
I mean, what prizes would they give?
A new car.
What?
Yeah, that's the prize they were going to give out.
I could use a new car, Tom.
Who couldn't use a new car? Even if you don't need it, you could sell it.
Yeah. I mean, you still have to pay the taxes on it, Tom.
But you can pay
Remember
the
when everyone got
with
mad at Oprah for giving away all those cars?
Oh yeah, and they were like, people have to pay taxes. It's like, or they could not. Like they were given the option to refuse the car.
Yeah, everybody, calm down about.
I know. I remember my grandparents like knew people that were on Wheel of Fortune that like won a bunch of stuff, and they were able to like sell their cars. The cars they won, because I think they won like multiple cars, so like they didn't need them, and they were able to like sell them, and then just use that money to pay the taxes.
Yeah,
it's fine.
Or just pay the taxes. Hey, why are you trying to duck taxes, everybody?
Yeah, well, that was Oprah's idea.
Tom,
what were you gonna say about that article about the becoming strongmen?
Oh, they said the way to live longer is to lift weights.
Did they provide any like supporting evidence?
Yeah, there's a whole article about it.
Did they have pictures of like a bunch of old muscle men?
No, yeah. It? I mean, like, think about Jack LaLanne, Tom. He was pulling boats with.
Well, where is he now? Yeah, it didn't.
Dead and buried, 6 feet.
Looks like it didn't work out for him.
Worm food. You ever look up pictures of Jack LaLanne pulling those boats?
No, I never look up pictures of that.
He swims in the water and he pulls boats attached to chains with his teeth.
I don't really understand how that would work. I mean, I'm looking at the pictures now, Tim. As per your suggestion, I am now looking at these pictures. Wow, the boats are full of people, it looks like, too.
Yeah, Tom.
But I don't know.
Also, I feel like it's probably... Is it hard to pull a boat if you're in water, if you're all in water?
I mean, it's probably harder than it would be to pull it on land. And this one, he's handcuffed, too. Yeah.
Yes, well, that wasn't planned. Some dastardly one of his many enemies did that to him.
He had been arrested right before this picture was taken.
Tom, do you know about Trader Joe's Jingle Jangle?
You mentioned it on our Trader Joe's episode.
All right. Well, it's seasonal. Sorry, Tom. I know you wanted to talk about Jack LaLanne more.
No, I didn't. I'm done talking about him.
But I want to get us back to Christmas snacks. Jingle Jangle is a seasonal treat. It varies from year to year, but this year it's a mix of a bunch of. Tom, we like mixes here, right? We're pro mix on this show.
We love mixes.
Inside each generously sized tin, you'll find mini pretzels covered with milk and dark chocolate and drizzled with white chocolate. Dark chocolate covered.
I thought you were saying it was covered with milk and dark chocolate.
Well, yeah. It's a very wet. It's a wet pretzel.
Yeah, make sure you open up that tin over a sink.
Dark chocolate covered caramel popcorn. Tom, this sounds a little indulgent to me. Dark
Sure does.
chocolate covered broken JoJo's cookies.
Wow, why the broken ones?
Tom, remember how good broken candy canes are?
Yeah, it's oh god, how soon I forget.
Milk chocolate gems with red candy coating.
Okay.
Milk chocolate and dark chocolate mini peanut butter cups as well, Tom. This jingle jangle sounds like it'll kill you.
That other one with the candy coat, that's just M&Ms. That's off-brand M&Ms, right?
Oh,
The
yeah.
gems.
I was thinking it was like more like candy cane coating. And I thought,
I was thinking it was like a gummy coating.
yeah. Well,
Probably
sadly
wouldn't
not.
actually be that good.
Yeah. I guess Jingle Jangle's fine, I guess. I don't know. I hear people raving about it. I've never had it.
Well, what do you think, Tim, as the Chex Mix aficionado, about holiday Chex Mix?
You know what? I looked up some recipes.
Mm-hmm.
I'm partial to the Pioneer Woman, Tom. Do you know her?
That's like a website, right?
Yeah, she's got a TV show. Her name is Ree Drummond.
Okay.
It's on the Food Network on Sunday mornings. It's a pretty good show. They do back-to-back Pioneer Woman and Girl Meets Farm.
Okay.
It's a Sunday morning power hour in my home.
She
And
teaches you how to make Chex Mix like the pioneers ate.
yeah, and apparently Christmas Chex Mix. I don't know. I've never seen, correct me if I'm wrong, an officially packaged Christmas Chex Mix version on the store shelves.
I feel like I may have, but maybe I'm wrong.
This has, Chex, mini pretzels, salted roasted almonds, honey, sugar, ground cinnamon, white chocolate chips, red and green M&Ms. This seems fine to me. Salty and sweet.
The recipe that I found for like a holiday Chex Mix, it was basically like recreating Muddy Buddies.
Oh yeah.
You know about Muddy Buddies?
I know about Muddy Buddies. I used to when we would record in person, Tom, I'd get drunk and then I'd go home and there was a 7-Eleven by my old apartment and I'd always get Muddy Buddies. And they have powdered sugar on the outside.
Yeah,
and I'd just wake up the next morning and my shirt, I'd fall asleep on the couch and my shirt would be covered in that powdered sugar because I'd just take a bite and just wipe my hand on my shirt, take a bite, wipe it.
Like
I was drunk and I was
toddler.
watching like the Larry Sanders show or something. And then I'd fall asleep.
Reruns of Pioneer Woman.
Yeah. And Tom, in my defense, I was only 37 years old, so what?
Right. You can't expect different behavior from you. Yeah, it's a white candy coating with peanut butter, Golden Grams. Golden Grams, that's a pretty good addition.
Oh yeah, Golden Grams,
M&Ms,
underrated cereal.
Yeah, I'm thinking of Teddy Grams. That's what I'm thinking of.
Teddy Grams are good.
Yeah.
But
they still make Teddy Grams? I feel like I haven't seen them in a minute.
I don't know. They're just graham crackers.
Or they get canceled too. I think they were like more.
What did those
sugary.
bears do?
Oh, Tim, I just Googled it and you don't want to know what these bears did actually. It's sick. No, I feel like the Teddy Grams were like softer than graham crackers. I think they were like more sugary.
Okay. I thought they were crunchier.
Which makes me realize, Tim, we're skipping over a classic holiday snack, which is a gingerbread house.
Yeah, or gingerbread men. And
or
women.
Gingerbread men. Yeah, and women.
Non-binary gingerbread.
All kinds of
folk.
ginger people.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like gingerbread. Gingerbread's a pretty good taste.
Yeah, I like ginger, Tom. Your
I
dog.
don't really like ginger. You
Your
know what? I
dog?
like. I do like my dog ginger. But the actual thing, and it's weird because I like ginger flavored things, but I'm like disgusted by the taste of real ginger.
Really?
Yeah. But like ginger ale, gingerbread, load me
Well,
up.
I mean, are you talking about like biting off a chunk of ginger from a
No, I'm
ginger
talking
root?
about like, when you go to like a sushi restaurant, they give you some slivers of ginger.
Oh yeah,
I don't like it.
yeah,
I'd rather they just give me some Teddy Grahams.
yeah. Teddy Grahams and some Chex Mix.
do that at a sushi restaurant. Actually, I'm gonna order off menu. I'd like some Teddy Grahams and some Chex Mix, please.
And a big glass of milk, please.
Then send somebody to the store. That's what I want.
You don't have milk in a restaurant. Are you kidding me?
Do you ever want to order something off menu in your life?
No, never.
Never?
No, why would I? First of all, I hate when people try to make substitutions on a dish too. Like if you have an allergy or whatever, that's fine. Or like if there's no vegetarian option and you're asking for something without meat. But they developed these dishes for a reason. And if you're not gonna participate in the experience, then go somewhere else.
Order something else. Yeah. I agree. I don't think I've ever really ordered a substitution aside from like, oh, can I get like French fries instead of mashed potatoes or whatever? Like if it's on the menu, obviously.
Yeah, of course.
But I will ask for something to not be put in if possible, but I won't ask for like a substitution.
Yeah. Well, you're a little
like if they're like, oh, and we put, some ginger on this, I'd be like, can you like not put the ginger on it? Is that possible?
Right. And you're one of these cilantro freaks, right? Who you taste so you claim
soap.
You have a gene that makes it that it's scientific that you don't like it.
Yeah, it's scientific. Well, and I'll ask, like, is it possible to get this without cilantro?
Yeah, no, I could see if something.
And if they say no, then I ask to speak to the manager and then the chef.
Yeah. And you slap the chef. You slap his stupid chef's hat right off his head.
Say, get that chef out here. I'm going to slap that stupid hat right off his head.
What's the deal with those hats? Are those hats functional?
They've got to be, right?
Are you like
there's got to be something
flour
to
on
them.
it or something? Or are they
maybe
filled with flour? That's how you flour up your hands when you're gonna knead dough or something.
Or maybe it's like, it's hot in the kitchen and they've got like a nice little like pillow of air inside to keep them cool.
Or maybe that's where they hide the rat that pulls their hair and controls them.
I mean, when the people at Pixar came up with that idea, they must have been like, oh, this is great. Nobody knows what those stupid hats are for anyway. So if we tell them it's for a rat to be in there so he can control everything, they'll eat it up. They'll buy it hook, line, and sinker.
Kids don't know.
I went to the Ratatouille restaurant in Disneyland Paris.
Yeah.
And they, we tried to eat there and they didn't have
Department
any,
of Health didn't shut that down.
Well, they didn't have any reservations, so we couldn't go in. And I wanted, but like the place was packed with people waiting, and I wanted to yell, they got a rat cooking all this stuff.
Yeah.
And watch the place clear out.
Nah, everybody would have applauded. They'd be like, "Show us Remy, bring the rat out."
They had pictures of him up on the wall and everything. I think everybody knew.
His hair was everywhere.
Tim, let's talk about some not sweet dishes.
Savory.
What do you think about you one of these families or types of people that ever put popcorn on a tree as decoration?
I feel like we did that once as more of an activity, right? Like you string some popcorn.
Yeah, it seems like a real pain in the ass.
Yeah, it was a pain in the ass. I think we did it 1 year.
Yeah.
It's fine, I guess, but what's the point of that? Just eat the popcorn, everybody.
Yeah, just eat and get some garland or something.
Yeah.
I
Tom-
guess it's better for the environment. You could eat the popcorn when Christmas is over. You can't eat the garland.
Right. Well, the garland will decompose.
Oh, I'm thinking of like tinsel.
Tinsel.
Yeah, not garland.
But tinsel you can reuse year after year. Were
That's
you a
true.
tinsel family?
Yeah, we had tinsel.
Trash. Sorry, Tom. I hate to say it.
You didn't have tinsel.
You were definitely a Sega household, and not a Nintendo household.
What was reflecting the lights then?
You don't need to reflect the lights.
Trash. Well, I'll tell you this.
Our,
Tim, we
our
got
beaming smiles, the love for one another reflected that
well,
light.
I'll tell you what. We got
Right
new
to baby
candy
Jesus'
canes
heart.
every year.
You got new candy canes every year?
New candy canes every year for the tree. And guess what? Whenever everybody went to your house, we would all talk behind your back. We'd be like, it smells like fucking old candy canes in here.
Yeah, that's fine. Because I'm going to make a believer out of you, Tom. Look, I know you're not going to come over Christmas morning,
It reeks in here.
but please,
Smells like old
Christmas
candy
Eve,
cane.
come over. I'd like we'll share a glass of eggnog and a 20-year-old candy cane.
A nice chewy candy cane. We'll rip out all of our fillings.
Think about if it wasn't old, a
Uh-huh.
chewy candy cane.
I mean, that's just like a different type of thing.
Yeah,
I know what
better
you're talking
thing.
about. I know what you're talking about where candy canes can get chewy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
it's
isn't it
fine,
better than
but-
when they're not
Yeah,
chewy?
but you don't have to wait years for that to happen.
Well, I mean, what else do you do? Put it in the microwave or something?
No, I think it just like happens after a few weeks anyway.
Yeah, but a few weeks, Tom.
And
December's
stop
only 4
putting
weeks
shit
long.
in the microwave.
What do you mean stop putting shit in the microwave? Stop putting food in the microwave?
No, I feel like you're always trying to cook candy and it's always backfiring on you.
I didn't do...
Learn your lesson.
I tried to make a really big Swedish fish out of lots of smaller Swedish fish. This was 25 years ago, Tom, and I didn't do it in the microwave. I did it in a pan, and I ruined my mom's
On the stove.
best frying pan.
See, that's what I'm saying, Tim. Just stop. Look, just eat candy the way nature intends you to eat
Sorry,
it.
Tom. I'm an entrepreneur and an innovator.
You ever
ideas,
have popcorn balls?
You know what? I think I've had it once or twice, and I always
Yes.
am disappointed about the kernels. They gotta figure out how to get kernels out of popcorn.
Yeah. Yeah, it's fine when you're eating regular popcorn, but yeah,
Yeah.
it is a problem when you're eating like other popcorn foods.
No,
and you're like,
popcorn-
I forgot about this.
Yeah, and a popcorn ball is just like regular popcorn held together by what, like caramel or something?
Sugar and butter and flavored with vanilla or peppermint.
Right.
But I think there's also ones that are like, held together with caramel.
I mean, depending on that recipe, you might make a caramel out of that sugar and butter.
That's true. That's true, Tim. Thank you so much for bringing that up. That hadn't even occurred to me.
Well, Tom, see, this is the thing. When you're an innovator and an entrepreneur and you're always doing experiments with candies and other Christmas treats, you learn some of the tricks of the trade.
That it hadn't even occurred to me, and I'm humiliated now.
Yeah. Real.
You ever have
it's a stunning gaffe.
You ever have a pimento cheese ball?
I think so.
Mm-hmm.
It's got
That's like
nuts on
something
the outside.
usually, and you spread, you use a little knife to put it on a cracker.
I know
or
those
whatever.
little knives. And sometimes those little knives, especially this time of year, will have a picture of a Christmas tree on them. Like a little white handle and a picture of Christmas tree on it. You know what I'm talking about, Tom.
Yep, and you're like, oh, look at this special silverware.
Tom,
I also
can I ask
always
a
think
dumb question?
Sure.
What's pimento?
It's like a type of cheese. It's cheese mixed with something, I believe.
Yeah,
'Cause I
but
always think
pimentos, I think.
what? Oh, pimentos? That's a thing? So pimento cheese is actually pimento and cheese?
I think so.
All I know is that Mike would always eat pimento cheese sandwiches on Better Call Saul.
Yeah.
I hope that's not a spoiler.
Pimentos, also referred to as pimientos, are a type of pepper with a sweet flavor and very little heat.
That makes sense. So then what kind of cheese is it?
In some regions of Spain and the United States, they use pimentos in their mix of paprika.
Ah. And paprika's good. Yeah, it's cheese and mayonnaise.
Yeah.
It's kind of like those cheese and onion sandwiches we like when we're over in England.
Tom, people in the American South are screaming at their radios as they listen to this because pimento cheese is referred to as the caviar of the South.
I was going to say it's a Southern delicacy.
Yeah. Now that I know that pimento is just peppers, I like pepper.
Yeah. Hey, have some pimento cheese then.
Yeah. I'm going to go get some pimento cheese tonight.
Yeah. And I was going to say that it's not necessarily like a Christmas time treat or snack, but then you reminded me about the little knives with a Christmas tree on it. And it makes me think, yeah, of course it is. Look at what you're using to prepare it. How could it not be?
Yeah. Tom, my favorite Christmas snacks are just like regular snacks. Like, and you just eat them at Christmas time. I go to like family parties and stuff.
Yeah.
Christmas time, they put out pretzels and chips and French onion dip.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
all
that's
right.
fine.
Yeah. I eat that on Christmas Eve and Christmas Day.
Yeah.
Christmas snack.
I saw today, because now they make like a bunch of, prepackaged Christmas snacks. And they had
these days.
They had, and I was going to shit on it and say like, it's not going to be good, but I could be wrong. It might be good. I think it's just like, it's a weird, they're doing it because of the color is my first thought that pops into my head. Smart food popcorn, the very good, like cheddar cheese popcorn.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
And they call it smart food. So you think it's not garbage to eat.
Yeah, they do that with so many things.
Yeah, smart water.
What's the that bark thing? Not peppermint bark. I don't know.
Cliff
There's another
bars?
thing that they say like, and like they name it like good something, and it's like, oh well, that's good for you. And they say like, yeah, a healthier snack, and it's like they don't have to qualify that or quantify that in any way.
Yeah, I mean, I know like we've had sponsors in the past that there are rules around that stuff where like sometimes we'll get ad copy that will be like, under no circumstances can you say this is healthy.
Right.
Like, you can use these other words that are all synonyms for healthy, but like if you say this is healthy, then the FDA is going to like come down on us.
Right.
And I feel like somebody, probably somebody that now owns their own private island in the Caribbean was like, what if we just call it smart?
Yeah. And it worked. So anyway, smart food.
Smart food. So it's the popcorn, but red and green berries from Captain Crunch berries.
What? Okay.
Right?
Have you had this?
No. I almost buy it every time because I'm like, ooh, red and green popcorn.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Don't mind if I do. And then I'm like, oh, it's crunch berries in there. And don't get me wrong, I like crunch berries. But I don't know if they'd go with cheddar cheese popcorn.
Well, you're never going to know unless you try it, Tom.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Tim, it's a promotional item at the supermarket. Sooner or later, I'm going to buy it.
Yeah. The siren song of the promotional the items will get you one day or another.
It's just a question of whether I buy it now or whether I wait until Christmas is over and they're on clearance and I buy like 5 of them at once.
Tom, I wish we were recording at your apartment because I would like to go to your supermarket and buy all these things.
Buy these and try them right now.
Yeah.
Well, maybe the next time you're over here, I'll try and make sure they're on hand. We could try them together.
The next time my family doesn't have COVID for a month. See somebody.
And yeah, I'm looking at my list, and a lot of these are.
Hey, Tom, are you checking it twice?
I am, Tim. I've checked it like 3 times now. Oh, I've got two for our non-Christmas celebrating friends after the plugs. But
okay.
You've
relegated them to after the plugs. That's nice,
Tim. No, it's that it's such good content. It will keep people here through the plugs.
Exactly.
But I was going to say pigs in a blanket, which again isn't necessarily a Christmas time thing, but those are always nice. You always like those.
Any kind of appetizer is good.
Anything in a blanket.
Tom.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like these were probably a lot more in play in like the 60s or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But everywhere I go on the internet trying to research Christmas snacks, I'm always finding different types of candied nuts.
Yeah, you don't see candied nuts nowadays. I think, maybe they were big in the 60s because options were limited, but...
Yeah.
Since then, we've developed the technology to candy other things.
What is it? Pecan? Do you say pecan or pecan?
I think I say both.
Yeah.
I think I like to say pecans, but then I like to say pecan pie.
Yeah. It's all contextual. But like I feel like somehow I think my family gets some candied pecans.
Yeah,
in the mix every year, and they're nice. They're nice.
I mean, I love pecan pie.
Yeah. Well, I thought you said pecan
pie.
Tom, your story's falling apart already.
You ever have those wet walnuts?
Wet walnuts
on like a Sunday.
On a Sunday? Oh, on a ice cream Sunday. I thought you meant like you wake up Sunday morning.
At church, they give them to you like before they make the announcements. You have to get in line, give you a sip of wine and some wet walnuts.
Man, in the Catholic Church, Tom. They were like, all right, you're when you make your first communion, you're like what, 8 or something?
Yeah, somewhere around there, I think.
And I just remember them being like, well, you can take the wine if you want.
Yeah.
It's like, you don't get to decide that, church.
It's such a little bit of wine that, you can't get drunk off it.
Yeah, that's what the priest, oh, yeah, no. They won't lower these children's inhibitions.
You can have some wine if you want. I was going to make an off-color joke. I'll refrain and do the plugs instead. If you like the show, you can go to tcgte.com to find out more. You can find all our social media links there, our Discord, our subreddit. You can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at Tom Reynolds.
Follow me at your pal Tim.
And hey, check out our Patreon. Patreon.com/complete guide. Right now we're reading Forrest Gump by Winston Gump. Is it? Winston
Groom?
Winston Groom. I knew it was close. We're reading that book. A lot of people didn't know the movie's based on a book. It is, and it's a wild book. Where we are right now in the book, would I be fair in saying it's really gone off the rails?
It's gone.
Things have diverged greatly from the movie.
Yeah, in ways that are just completely baffling.
Yeah, he Forrest goes to space with a ape.
Yeah.
That didn't happen in the movie. Maybe the movie could have made even more money.
Lives with a tribe of cannibals for 4 full years.
Yeah. You can listen to those episodes and all the back catalog of those episodes, books of podcasts and all that at patreon.com/complete guide. Tim, the 2 treats I have, these are Hanukkah treats. First one.
Dreidel, dreidel, dreidel.
The first one, latkes.
Latkes.
Delicious.
Yeah, I know.
Just like a fried potato.
Tom, I got news for you. My wife is Jewish.
Uh-huh.
And we get a nice care package of latkes every year.
Ooh. Already made or like to fry it yourself?
Already made, Tom.
Oh, I don't know.
Just got to heat them up. So, Tom.
Heat them and eat them.
Anytime you want.
Mm-hmm.
Come on over for some latkes and some chewy candy canes.
Well, I'll be over late tonight then. Well, let me ask you this then, because I saw these and I don't think I've ever had them. Sufganiye? They're like little jelly donuts.
Oh, yeah. You're pronouncing it wrong, but I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, little
Sufganiye, I think it is. Sufganiya.
I don't think that's even anywhere close. I think we are now officially canceled.
But I
just got word Adidas has ended our partnership with the Complete Guide to Everything.
It hadn't even been announced yet. I spent all that time drawing up those shoes.
I'm going to take a real hit on this Forbes list this year, Tom.
They looked good. They looked like little Dunkin' Donuts munchkins.
Yeah. I'm gonna look at this. Let's call them jelly donuts.
Yeah, little jelly donuts.
Yeah. Yeah, they're good, Tom.
Yeah. You ever know somebody that's had a little donut machine?
You know what? What kind of little donut machine?
Like a little donut machine. Makes little donuts.
I have a little donut machine, but it doesn't like fry the donuts.
Oh, I'm talking about ones that fry the donuts.
Batter in. They make good donuts, but they make a good tasting treat. But I'd be hard pressed to call it a donut.
I was at somebody's house once and they had a little donut making machine and these things were delicious.
Right. Sufganiya.
Just saying, if you want to put it on certain somebody's Christmas list.
Yours?
Yeah, like a little donut machine. Or, it doesn't even have to be little. It could be a regular sized donut making machine. You can clear out the spare room.
I mean, you don't even need a machine, Tom. You just need a big pot of
I want a machine,
scalding hot oil.
No, I want a machine. I want to be able to press a button and then just sit there watching them and going dun 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 while I'm watching all the donuts get made.
Yeah.
And then they'll get backed up. I'll have to start eating them. I've got the whole thing planned out in my head.
So I take it next week we're not doing Hanukkah snacks.
Well, those were the only two I knew about, and one I didn't know about until I Googled Hanukkah snacks.
Yeah. All right. Well, apologies to our Jewish friends out there. I think it's for the best that we don't mispronounce all the words and misunderstand things that we've skimmed on the internet.
Yeah, all this other stuff that we did a lot of deep research on.
Yeah.
That's why we feel qualified to talk about it.
Look, if I got anything about Jingle Jangle wrong, I'll take the hit. I'll take the hit there. Cancel me over Jingle Jangle, please.
I imagine one day you are going to get canceled over something along those lines.
One day, if I get canceled, it is going to be for something stupid that maybe society won't think is stupid, but you know how these people that get canceled sometimes are indignant? And it's like, I'm not going to... It will be something like Jingle Jangle. And instead of just apologizing and reversing course, I'm gonna double down on it because I'm just going to be like, look, if Jingle Jangle is going to be what does me in, then fine. You know what?
This will
then
be
I don't
the
want to
hill
live
I
in
die
this
on.
world anymore.
Yeah, well, you heard it here first. That's how Tim's eventually going to get shunned from society, thrown in jail, something along those lines.
Saying something mean about snack food.
Which is fair, because I think I've heard you call for people to be arrested for saying things about snack foods in the past.
I mean, Tom, you sent me a recipe for a knockoff Chex Mix today, and I threatened to murder the person who...
Yeah, you said they should be killed.
Yeah.
Yeah. No.
Anyway, Tom, Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas to you. We'll see you next week.
And to all, a good night.
That was a HeadGum podcast.